When you have a private life and a public life and a different persona at work, it's tough for people to see you as a good leader because you're two-faced, and it's hard for people to also trust you, and you're also unpredictable. And when you're unpredictable, that means you're inconsistent, and when you're inconsistent, that means you're not accountable. People can't count on you. From your experiences meeting different leaders, what are the qualities all leaders need to have? Wow, big question.
I think I've interviewed almost 200 business leaders on my podcast called the Business Leadership Podcast. Everything from like super exited tech founders, but what I find is that they are visionary in the sense that they know what they want to achieve, but they are also humble and empathetic that they don't know everything. So they want to build the super team around them, and they want to have them and treat them like, with respect, and he wants to empower them and get them out of the way. But that's what I find real quickly in terms of that is like to get out of your own ego. And, we all love the title CEO, founder. Ultimately, we're at the bottom and we're trying to raise everyone else up. We're there to make everyone successful. And there's no job, no role that we can't do to help them. We, at the end of the day, as the founder and the entrepreneur, if everyone fails, it comes to you. And you got to do it. And that sort of comes with a job description. It may not be written anywhere because it's not your people's, after they quit, you can't expect them. You need them to have a life. So that's also the empathy and life balance that you want to give your people. But I think my answer is 100% visionary, empathetic, and humble.
Really good qualities. I run a lot of pre-pandemic, I do run leadership conferences, and I ask people this question: what is your idea of a leader? And then I proceed to write it on a glass board or whiteboard. And some of the most common things that people would say, humility, that it's their empathy, initiative, execution, diligence, integrity. The list goes on. It's an amazing list. That's what I could say. It doesn't run out. Right? People expect all of those qualities, right? Kind, takes care of people, thinks about their people, generous, honest. There's just so many qualities of a leader that people look for. And these are people who are team members, they're employees, they're team members, team players. They look for so many things with a leader that it is hard for even me to say what are the qualities all leaders need to have. If I'm gonna have to say top 3, top 4, it doesn't encapsulate what kind of leader you and I should be, because people expect you to be all those things, and whenever you and I are not all those things, we're failing as a leader in their eyes. It's that they hold us to very high standards. That's really the job of a leader. And the fact that we are here, Edwin, your people, my people are watching, and they're holding us to an even higher standard because we're answering these questions, right? So it's very tough to be a leader. If I'm going to choose one, I 100% agree with what Edwin said. Empathy and humility. If you don't have that, you don't have a beginner's mindset, you have ego involved in every decision, every conversation, it's not going to work. You're not going to be an effective leader. I would just add integrity to the mix. Be a one-man person. When how I am here in Leadership Stack talking to you guys who are tuned in, this is how I am with my team. This is how I talk with them. I'm a one-man person who I am at home when I talk with my kids and my wife. I'm a one-person man. It's the same way I talk with them, and I treat everyone the same. When you have a private life and a public life and a different persona at work, it's tough for people to see you as a good leader because you're two-faced, and it's hard for people to also trust you, and you're also unpredictable. And when you're unpredictable, that means you're inconsistent, and when you're inconsistent, that means you're not accountable. People can't count on you. So integrity is one of the biggest things that I think a leader should have. Otherwise, the foundation of people trusting you and allowing themselves to be influenced and led by you, it's not going to happen. So yeah, I hope that helps.
I love that one though. The one person man? Was that the same?
Yeah, one man person.
I
So
might have to quote you, Sean, on my social media.
feel free. So the explanation behind that, Edwin, is when you say integrity, it comes from the root word integer, which means whole or complete. It's not a decimal. And so when you say integrity, it's integer, whole. So that's where I got the idea of being a one-man person. You're
I
a
love
whole
that.
person. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Cool.
That's amazing, man.